Listen to me, brothers and my sisters. Famine is nothing new. Don't you allow this to intimidate you. Don't you allow this economic climate to begin to challenge you, because God is above this famine. He's still in control. Now I want to help you. Let's get down to business. Let me preach it here. I want you to begin to understand that there are two dimensions that you are connected to. The first dimension that you are connected to is called the Kairos. My God, that is eternity. That is the realm of the spirit. The second dimension that you are connected to is called the Chronos. The Chronos speaks of the things in the natural, the things in the physical. The Chronos now speaks now to the governmental constraints now of time being operable in your life. And so when you find yourself struggling between the Kairos and the Chronos, you begin to recognize and identify that something is bound to happen. But you got to make up in your mind to be in position. See, the problem in the church is that we are not in position. We like to complain, we like to hoop, we like to holler, we like to make a bunch of noise, but we don't want to live now the talk that we talk. We don't want to walk now the talk that we release now into an atmosphere. In other words, you got to line up according to the conversation as it relates now to the things of God. If you want to speak concerning the things of God, then you got to live now as a kingdom dweller. You got to live as a kingdom citizen. You got to make up in your mind, if God provided then, He's able to provide now. He's not a God of lack. Help me, Apostle Paul. Paul says exceedingly, abundantly, and above. My God, somebody called him the God of the breakthrough. In other words, He's able to come true. Even when it seems like He's not going to come true, He's able to lift up a banner and a standard in your life. And so, my brothers and my sisters, hear me under the sound of the Holy Ghost. When you're dealing with the Kairos and the Chronos, you begin to recognize that you're in and out, that you're up and down. My God, that you're dealing with the good, the bad, and the ugly. It means that there are times when you're able to slip into the Spirit and get a revelation from God. But what happens when you get a revelation and there is no manifestation? What happens when you get a revelation and there is no demonstration of what was spoken from the mode of eternity? It means now that God is pushing you to the next level. The Bible lets us know that Elijah said, hear ye the word of the Lord. This helps me to understand that the word of the Lord is even in your mouth. God, I wish I could have preached. In other words, you got the ability to decree and declare a thing. You got the ability to call forth those things that be not as if as though they was. The mind of God says, hear ye the word of the Lord. He does not have a gun, does not have a computer. He does not have a master plan in front of him. He does not have a bunch of scientists trying my God, to procrastinate the next move, what's going to happen in the earth. But what he has is a word from the Lord. And so rather than seeking your flesh, what you got to seek in this hour is called a word from the Lord. Because when there is a word from the Lord, it means that there's a real possibility that your faith now has become aggravated and irritated to go to the next levels. How many persons in here tonight got the faith to believe that you will walk to Atlanta? My God, I wish I could have preached up underneath the sound of the Holy Ghost. How many persons